But more importantly, Your Honor, if Mr. Eaton were to be called as a witness, the party calling him would have to comply with ARS 12 2214, which has very stringent requirements for subpoenaing and compelling the testimony of a journalist about information that that journalist has obtained in the course of news gathering. As we state in our motion, we don't believe that there is any way that Ms. Daybell can meet those requirements, but if I would suggest that if she wants to call him as a witness, she would absolutely have to follow the requirements of the subpoena law, and we would then have an opportunity to challenge that. But we don't believe that there should be any reason for Mr. Eaton to be excluded from the courtroom.
All right. I'm just thinking through this problem. If a witness got on the witness stand and said something different in testimony than you saw on an interview with Mr. Eaton, you would then play that interview. You wouldn't even need Mr. Eaton to do the impeachment, because you could impeach them with the interview by playing it for them in court or something like that. So now that I'm kind of thinking it through a little more, I'm not sure.
And I wouldn't need him to lay that foundation for the interview?
I'm really trying not to give you any legal advice because you are acting as your own attorney, but if the witness admits that's them on the interview and that's their statement, that is foundation. So
he's interviewed law enforcement, almost all the law enforcement that's going to be, up here on the stand. So it's not just witnesses, it's law enforcement.
Well, when I say witness, I mean generally any witness, regardless of their occupation. So I don't foresee, I see it in only the narrowest of situations where he could even be called to as an extrinsic person to testify about the impeachment. You'd have to jump through a number of hoops before that, as far as presenting the witness what the statement is, and depending on whether they admit or deny that it's them on that video or interview or whatever the case may be that you're referring to. But I'm inclined to strike him as a witness at this time, allow him to be present if he so chooses in the trial. But then again, if you wanted him as a witness, you would need to subpoena him. But at this point, I'm going to strike him from the witness list and permit him to be